Hey guys, my name is Bryce. Hey, I was messing around on the internet earlier today and I came across a little personality test. So I'm gonna take this and we're gonna kind of see what I end up getting here. So, do I find it difficult to introduce myself to other people? No, not at all. I talk to random people in lines all the time. I was doing this all over the place when I was out in Spain last month, in fact. You often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget about your surroundings. Sometimes I do that. I do that especially when I'm reading. So yeah, I kinda do. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and cannot stand a messy inbox. I strongly agree with that. I always try to stay on top of that as much as I can. You find it easy to stay relaxed even where there is some pressure. Yeah, I can do that. I've come under pressure a lot of times, and most of my family seems to break a little bit more before I do, so I do not usually initiate conversations. No. I am always out there trying to start conversations, even with just random people. You rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. No, I do that sometimes. Like now, I am randomly making a video that just out of sheer curiosity about a personality quiz. So let's see what else. Do I feel superior to other people? I kind of do. Yes, I do feel a little bit superior to some people, just not all people. I am no. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. You know, I would say being adaptable, but that's a tough one. I'm kind of either or there. Being able to be adaptable is helpful, but being organized is kind of being adaptable, because if you know what you're doing, then you can adapt or change things as you go. So I'd have to go with being organized. You are usually highly motivated and energetic. Yeah, I'd say so. Most of the time. Winning debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. No. I don't care if anybody gets upset. I'm just making my points, man. That's just how I feel about this situation. This is what I will do. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. No. No. Just no. I do not have to justify myself. Your home and work environments are quite tidy. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's quite tidy. Yeah, I'm not incredibly tidy, but quite tidy. You do not mind being at the center of attention. No, I don't. I do not mind. Oh, no, I don't mind. Yes. You consider yourself more practical than creative? Yes, I do have. Sometimes I have a tough time trying to think of something new. I usually focus on something that works than something that's new or inventive. I just go for something that works most of the time. People can rarely upset you. Yeah, that's pretty true. I probably upset myself more than other people do. So if I screw up, I beat myself over it. I get pissed off at myself. Whereas if somebody's trying to make me mad, I'm usually fairly calm about that. I don't really have much trouble in that regard. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. That's true. Yeah, I usually try to. It's often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. You know what? In the last couple of relationships I've been in I've had difficulties in that regard. Yeah, I understand what people are feeling, but I can't really relate to it. I often feel like it's kind of just, I don't know, it's just not very there. Your mood can change very quickly. No, it takes a while. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. Yeah, because if this is what's happening, then if this happens, then something could go horribly wrong. No matter what you feel about it, this could go so horribly wrong. That can happen. And yeah, I agree that it should be more important than in discussion. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. I do consider it a lot, but it's not that heavy on my mind, I should say. Your work style is closer to random spikes of energy than to methodology and organized approach. I would disagree with that. I try to stay organized as much as I can. I do have little bits of random spikes every now and then, but I try to stay organized. I'm often envious of others. No. I can get where they're going, or I can go further. I don't need to compare myself to another person. If you're doing that, stop that. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. An interesting book or a video game is often better than a social event. You know what? I would agree, because I go to parties sometimes, and a lot of time I'm not really that interested. I guess I'm just not that interested in like the whole drinking or chit chatting. I mean, sometimes I do enjoy chit chatting with people, but sometimes a good book is much more important to me, or it's more interesting. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. Yes, that is 100%. I understand if something goes horribly wrong, you need to change things. But yes, this is a good idea. Rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. I would have to disagree a little bit there. You often find yourself lost in thought when you're walking in nature. Yeah. Yes, I always think whenever I'm out in nature, I do a lot of hiking up in the mountains where I live, and I always try to think about things that are going on in my life and just think this through a little bit. Someone does not respond to your emails quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. No, it's usually people are just not looking at the email fast enough. As a parent, you would rather see your child grow up kind than smart. I would prefer that they would be smart and kind, but I would prefer they would be more smart than kind, because if you're kind, you can often be manipulated. I know this. I've seen this in where I live. There are people who beg, but you would want to give them money to help them out a little bit, but it's more kind of giving a man a fish instead of teaching him how to fish. I would rather teach them how to fish to bring themselves up, strapped pretty much by the bootstraps, bringing themselves up and getting them back on their feet, rather than just handing a couple dollars and then they go off and try buying booze or whatever. So I would have to disagree. I would have to say they need to be more smart than kind. You do not let other people influence your actions. I agree with that. I try not to let that happen too much. When you sleep, your dreams tend to focus on the real world and its events. That is true. Just last month, I was having nightmares about college, so yep. Does not take you much time to start getting involved in social activities at your new workplace. No, it doesn't. Does not take long. Does not take long. You're more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. I would have to say I'm more of a careful planner. Your emotions control you more than they control them. No, I control my emotions. I try to hide what I have, for the most part. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress-up or role-play activities. You know, I've never actually been to anything like that, so I'm not really certain. Maybe. I mean, I'd be interested, but let's go with that. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas. Kinda, but not really. You would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. I would rather come up with a detailed plan. You are a relatively reserved and quiet person. No! If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. I would have to disagree, because if they're underperforming... I actually run my own business outside of YouTube, and I've had to fire loyal people, but because they were underperforming, not showing up to work and all that. And I have actually had to fire people like that. Because if I'm giving these people... If I'm giving you a paycheck, I expect you to be on time. I expect you to be profitable to the business. If you're no longer profitable to the business, I have to let you go. I understand, hey, if we have a friendship outside of work, but at work, I am the boss. This is my investment. I'm investing in you to help make me money and give you a split of the profit of the money. And if you are endangering that investment, I have to cut you out, because that's not something you want to deal with. You don't want to have leeches on your business. When you have that kind of thing going on, you're having leeches. You want to get rid of those as quickly as possible. You have to, when you're running a business, you have to hire slowly and fire quickly. A lot of the stuff today, I've seen in today's world, businesses tend to fire slowly and hire very quickly. So they'll hire the wrong person for the job, even though the phones need to get answered. So yeah. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence. No, not really, but sometimes I kind of think about it, but not really. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. Yes, this is true. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. I would rather have a to-do list, so just so I know what needs to get done, and if I have stuff done, then sure, I can have open time to just do whatever. If your friend is sad about something, you're more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with the problem. I would suggest to deal with the problem, because if you deal with the problem, then you don't have to worry about emotional stuff, which is great. You rarely feel insecure. No. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. No, it's more important to be cooperative and get things done than it is to be right all the time. I mean, I understand what you need to be right about, but I think being cooperative is probably the more important thing there. You think that everyone's views should be respected regardless of whether or not they are supported by facts or not. Yeah, they should be respected. Yeah, they should be respected, but not always right. You feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people? Yeah, sometimes, yeah. You frequently misplace your things? No, I don't. No. You see yourself as very emotionally stable? Yes. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans? Yes. You would not call yourself a dreamer? Yeah, I am a bit of a dreamer, yeah. Usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. You know what? I've had that problem when I was doing like public speaking in college and high school, but it was mostly topics I was never really truly interested about. Whereas now, when I'm talking in front of people, I've started doing some public speaking stuff, and it was mostly stuff that I was interested in. I'm perfectly fine now with doing that. I used to be nervous, but not anymore. Not anymore. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. You worry too much about what other people think. No, I do not. If the room is full, you stay closer to the walls, avoiding the center. No, I do not. I kind of stay closer to the walls, or closer to the center for the most part. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do everything? No. You gotta get stuff done, otherwise nothing will happen. Bad stuff will just happen. You feel very anxious in stressful situations? No. You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful? I think I'd prefer to be powerful, but... You have always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous ideas in books, arts, or movies? Yeah, I kind of have. I like talking about like zombie apocalypse and all that. You often take initiative in social situations? Yes, I do. I always try to get things moving. What did I get here? Results? So, let's see. I am an executive. Okay, someone needs to clean up this mess. You know what? That reminds me of whenever I'm at a clothes store. Somebody needs to get this mess cleaned up. So I'm extroverted, 82%, and 18% an introvert. I'm observant, so I tend to look at things. Okay. And then I always try to think about stuff, so I'm always 75% there. I'm judging. Yeah, I guess so. And I'm very assertive. Okay. Let's take a look here. So they're often representative of tradition and order, utilizing their understanding of what is right, wrong, and socially acceptable to bring families and communities together. Oh. Okay. Anyone worth their salt sticks up for what they believe is right. Yeah. Yeah. Demand for such leadership is high in democratic societies, informing no less than 11% of the population. It's no wonder that many of America's presidents have been executives. Cool. Cute. Executives are aware of their surroundings and live in a world of clear, verifiable facts. Verifiable facts, I should say. The certainty of their knowledge means that even against heavy resistance, they stick to their principles and push an unclouded vision of what is and what is not acceptable. You know what? That is right. That is right in my situation. That is actually pretty right. We don't work alone, and they expect their reliability and work ethic to be recuperated. People with this personality trait meet their promises, and if partners or subordinates jeopardize them, or through incompetence or laziness, or worse still, dishonesty, they do not hesitate to show their wrath. Yes, that is entirely true. That is entirely true for me. But still, there are those who acknowledge when they are in error. Yes. That is very true. Sometimes I have been wrong in many times of my own. So yeah, you have to be responsible, and you have to admit when something goes wrong. Otherwise, how can you better yourself? How can you be a better person? How can you make improvements to your work and such? Their executives are classic images of the model citizens. They help their neighbors, uphold the law, and try to make sure that everyone participates in communities and organizations they hold so dear. Yeah, I was in the Boy Scouts for years. I am still a model citizen. I still help my neighbors. In fact, I work for a lot of my neighbors. I do yard work and all that for them. I uphold the law. I keep an eye out for suspicious activity and all that, especially during the holidays when the box thieves show up. And I try to make sure everyone participates in the communities and organizations they hold so dear. So like the Boy Scouts for me. Main challenge for executives is to recognize that not everyone follows the same path or contributes in the same way. Yeah, that's true. I'd admit with that. What is my strengths and weaknesses here? I'm similar to J.D. Rockefeller and Judge Judy. Oh man. Alright. Executive strengths and weaknesses. So we're dedicated, yeah, seeing things to completion borders on ethical obligations for executives. That's true. That's why I'm going to finish off that StarCraft 2 series I got going on right now. So after a couple of videos like this, I think I will finish that off, make sure it's just done. And I can probably start something new later on. Think of maybe some Magic, or when Fallout 76 comes out, I'm going to get myself a brand new computer hopefully by then, and I would love to start playing Fallout 76. I am going to start streaming that. I would love to do that. In fact, I've started up this month, this October. I've got myself a dedicated streaming schedule. So now on Twitch, I will be streaming every Friday through Monday, 12:30 p.m. p.m. till 3:30 p.m. So it's about 3-hour window for streaming. So should do. We'll see how that goes for this month. Strong will. Strong will makes this dedication possible. Executives don't give up their beliefs because of simple opposition. True. Very true. My parents are against me streaming for 3 hours. They prefer 2 hours, but no, I'm not going to do that. Direct and honest. Yeah, they trust facts more than abstract ideas or opinions. It's true. During the last election, I was skeptical a lot of the time about different things people would say, and I prefer hearing it from the horse's mouth than having to hear it from somebody else who has an opinion about what the horse said. That's pretty much just how I look at things. If you don't say it, if you're talking about yourself and you're describing yourself, that's how I'm going to probably see you. I'm not sure what I'm trying to go with there. Loyal, patient, and reliable. Executives work to exemplify truthness and reliability, considering stability and security very important. That's very true. That's why I am working for myself right now. I do yard work and odd jobs, so it's mainly based on how well I talk with people, with my clients, how well I can do the job and get it right and be on time and be polite to everybody. So yeah. Enjoy creating order. Yeah, chaos makes things unpredictable, and unpredictable things can't be trusted when they are needed most. With this in mind, executives strive to create order and security in their environments by establishing rules, structures, and clear roles. Yep, sounds right. This commitment to truth and clear standards makes executives capable and confident leaders. Yes, we are excellent organizers, all right. So what is our weaknesses? Okay, so we're inflexible and stubborn. Yep, yeah. I am a bit stubborn with myself. That is true. Uncomfortable with unconventional situations. That's true. If I don't understand how stuff works, I am not very comfortable operating or working with those situations. Judgmental. Yeah, I have a strong conviction about what is right, wrong, and socially acceptable. Yes, I agree with that. To focus on social status. Yeah, not really. In respect of their friends, colleagues. Yeah, I am a little bit concerned about public opinion, but not to, like, I don't know. not to like a breaking point, I should say. I mean, I understand the need to have a good public opinion, because that way you have people to work with, you have good employees to work with, you have an income, you can do work, and you can get paid to do what you do and what you enjoy. Difficult to relax? Yeah. I took a whole month trying to relax. I think I just needed to be on my own more than anything. I was out in Spain with my family, and I think it was just more me being alone and not thinking about stuff back home, or getting stuff done. Difficulty expressing emotion. This is all evidence of executive's greatest weakness. Expressing emotions and feeling empathy. People with the executive personality type get so caught up in the facts and most effective methods that they forget to think of what makes other people happy with their sensitivity. Yeah, it's true. True. Alright, romantic in relationships. Alright, romantic relationships. What we got here? We are fairly unique in their relationships, don't really change as they progress from the dating phase into more steady long-term relationships and further into marriage. I like that. Because they value honesty and straightforwardness so highly. People with the executive personality type are likely to be clear about who they are, what they're like, and what their goals are from the start, and to stick to those statements long term. So long as their partner is able to take them at their word and follow suit, they are bound to be extremely stable relationships. That's pretty good for me then. Yeah, I look forward to that. I would love to meet a gal, get married, stable, have a good time, and enjoy myself. Enjoy my life. This is the chance to do something. This isn't to say there isn't any room for growth, of course. Character development is always a high priority for executives. Yep, each life goal is important. Yes, that's true. That is very true. Pay the price to secure the blessing. Executives address conflict head-on with simple statements of fact. Very rational approach, but subtlety and emotional tact are sacrificed in the process. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would agree with that. Alright, executive friends. Executives are strong and traditional friends who appreciate loyalty and shared values. Okay. There is no pleasure in having nothing to do. Among their established friends, executives show themselves to be outgoing and enthusiastic, always more than happy to bring others along for some healthy sport and outdoor activity. That's true. I always try to invite people to join in whenever I'm out doing cooking, swimming, or whatever I'm doing outside. Or even with games, I always try to invite people to join in and say, hey guys, let's have some fun. Let's play some games together, or just hang out and chit-chat for a bit. Whatever. It works. I always tend to try and host like a big bonfire in the backyard every couple months. Whenever I have a good amount of rubbish of wood stockpiles. Fun isn't having lots to do and not doing it. Having lots to do and not doing it. Executives' challenge in friendship isn't about finding fun things to do or people to do them with, but in finding diversity in their friends and activities. Executives struggle immensely in even fully listening to differing opinions, let alone befriending people who consistently express alternate viewpoints. Interesting. Alright, executive parents. What are my parents like? Executives' mantra, I don't know how to say that properly, of hard work, tradition, respect is best exemplified in their relationships with their children. Oh no, so it's as a parent. I am very strict. Yeah, I'd definitely be very strict. Executives have a very responsibility-oriented, can't say things right, oriented life view. A firm belief in the idea that one does what one can do in order to contribute to the family and community. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I agree with that strongly. Let's see. This view is, of course, extended to their children. As soon as they're able, their children are expected to contribute in their own way. Yeah, I did that when I was young. So I live on a small hobby farm with my family. And ever since I was really young, I'd always help out my family in any way possible. So that was, for me, it was learning how to cook. It was being a good student in school. It was doing Boy Scouts as well at the time, and I fed the animals, took care of weeding, and taking care of the vegetable garden to the best of my ability, which was a lot of fun, and I still do that. In fact, that's kind of what I do for work, is just doing what I've always done for years, and that's kind of just working on yards or taking care of animals. That's just kind of what I've been doing. Alright, I've got big shoes to fill. They may face challenges as their children learn to balance a growing desire for independence with the respect and adherence to their duties required of them. But executives do have a clear advantage of consistency and direct honesty that never leaves their expectations ambiguous. True. I would say that's very true. That is very true. Alright, executive careers. Career paths are often as clear and straightforward as they are themselves. Though there are many directions they can choose to go, people with the executive personality type always end up in situations where they have the opportunity to express their affinity for organization, structure, and follow through. Yeah, I would like that. I would like something like that. Hard work and self-motivation are strong executive principles, which makes them excellent sales representatives, whether in basic retail positions, part of office teams, or as independent agents. You know what? That's pretty right to me, because I do a lot of the marketing and I do a lot of the sales in my little business that I run. To the victor belongs the spoils. But of course, my friends. But of course. Yes. Yes. Alright. Executives in the workplace. Executives show clear and consistent tendencies, and these are always especially visible in the workplace. Executive subordinates. Executives are hardworking and they do things by the book. They're sometimes stubborn and inflexible, especially when presented with ideas that haven't fully been developed. Executive personalities are open to new methods that can be demonstrated to be better. Yeah, I agree with that. If there's something new that can improve the workflow or the overall things, and yeah, I would say go for it. Come back, show me what you've got, and we'll see if we can't implement something better or improved. So yeah, I would definitely like that. Executives enjoy the hustle and bustle of well-organized workplaces, honesty, friendly, and down to earth. Yep. Managers, executive managers take genuine pleasure in organizing others into effective teams as managers, and they have no better opportunity to do so. Cool. Executives product. Oh. Okay. Executive personality. The conclusion. First, very few personality types are as practical and strong-willed as executives, known for their reliability and hard work. Executives are good at creating and maintaining a secure and stable environment for themselves and their loved ones. That is very interesting. I like that. Because I would love to have something like that. And that's really nice to know that that's kind of the personality I'm getting here. My results, the executive, Sentinel People Mastery. That's nice. Very cool. That is very cool. Yeah. If you guys want to check out this little personality quest test, I will put this down below. Also, if you want to join in on the community, I have a link to my Discord down below as well. And as I said earlier, every Friday through Monday, I will be streaming, doing different games, anything really that I can stream off my laptop that I have here. Until I can afford a new, better computer, I will be streaming from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. every Friday to Thursday. Or Thursday, I said Monday, that should be Monday. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure. I hope to see you guys again. Keep an eye out. I will be posting more videos every week, every Thursday. I try to stay on top of that as much as I can. Last month I didn't really do that too much because I was out on vacation, so I didn't really have. But that's just my own thing there. But yeah, thank you guys. Hope to see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.